Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, Bay City, Michigan. Also the North Central Chaplain for Broken Chains, JC. Welcome to the Biker Devotional. Today is October 20th, 2025, and we are looking at Proverbs chapter 20 and verse 6. Good morning, Kay. Many a man proclaims his own loyalty, but who can find a trustworthy man? Good morning, Rhonda. You know, over the last week or so, I've been struggling a lot with some personal turmoil going on in my life. And I have a lot of people in my life that are there for me. And I am grateful for all of them. They pray for me, they care for me, they encourage me. But there are a few that are what I call trustworthy, that are on the top of the list. Those are the ones that don't need to find any need to find a corrective word for me when I'm down. What they do is build me up when I'm down and correct me when I'm up. Now, don't get me wrong. In the middle of something stupid, they're not going to leave me hanging and leave me doing something dumb. They'll jump right into the pit with me, into the battle, and they'll take the hits with me. They've got my six. They're there with me. And they're going to deal with my stupid later. This verse literally says you can have hundreds of people that say they're with you. But it's really hard to find those that stick with you in the midst of all the destructive chaos of your life, jump into the battle, and fight it through with you. I got your six as more than just, I'm going to pray for you. You know, in the motorcycle club world, one brother gets into a mess. A patched brother gets into a mess, starts a fight that should have never been started, should have kept his mouth shut. Anywhere else in the world, that person would have been, they all would have backed up and said, he deserves what he gets. In the club world, they all come in, they take care of business, and they address that individual later. You know, in the midst of stupid, which, by the way, I get into the middle of, I need those men who come to me and lift me up, build me up, and strengthen me in the midst of my stupid, so I can get corrected later when I'm strong enough to endure and understand. You know, Chris Fath is on here this morning, and last week I mentioned that I was struggling, and he didn't know any details, but he, instead of just saying, you know, turn to God and, you know, giving me all the things that, you know, the Bible things on how to get through difficult times, Chris said, I'm lifting you and your family up, brother. He jumped into the pit with me. Chris had my back. Now, I'm not saying you guys didn't either, but what I'm saying is I have a few men that I can trust to have my back. No matter what. I'm going to jump in the pit with you. You're going to jump in the pit with me. We're going to fight it out. And then when it's all said and done, and we're cleaning up our wounds after the battle, they're going to come to me and say, you know, probably could have been avoided. This is what it looks like. And I'm grateful for that. Many a man proclaims his own loyalty, but who can find a trustworthy man? We've got two sides to that equation, don't we? Can we be the ones that have their six? Are we going to jump into the battle with them and get them out of it and then help them grow? And do you have those people in your life? So it really comes down to, how are you living your life? Are you the man that has their back, or woman for that matter, that has someone else's back? You're going to jump in the midst of the fight and you're going to fight that battle with them. You're not going to judge them. You're just going to be there for them. Give them the strength they need to get through what they're going through. It doesn't matter that they got themselves into it. And then when it's all said and done and there's some safety, say, I was there for you, but I didn't enjoy it. And pulling me into something like that's not okay. So we need to make some corrections. That's when they know you love them. And they're more likely to make a change. Something to think on today. I love y'all. Hope you have a great day. God bless.